Hi Aries, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your October 16th to the 31st, 2020 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Feeling yourself become calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. Let's let the bowl sing. There we go. As we see what the tarot has to say. Aries, October 16th to the 31st, 2020, Aries. October 16th to the 31st, 2020, Aries. October 16th to the 31st, 2020, Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Let's see what your chakra has to say for itself during this time. Aries, October 16th to the 31st, 2020, Aries. October 16th to the 31st, 2020, Aries. October 16th to the 31st, 2020, Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Now, I'm really excited about this time because on the 31st of October is, of course, Halloween. It is Samhain, and it is also the blue moon. So there is such powerful energy that is coming to us during this time frame, and to just really be harnessing and focusing on. So if you are a sensitive during this time, and before the full moon even, and we have Mercury retrograde in here, you are going to find that there is just tremendous energy around you. So make sure that you focus yourself, make sure that you center yourself, especially around creative energy that kind of pools in your hands, or a need to kind of release a negative energy, or the negative energy that kind of comes to you, a releasing of it, a kind of purging of of the energy within. Now, this could be through an Epsom salt bath, this could be through a singing bowl, just sitting and singing with the singing bowl or letting the singing bowl sing around you, it's going to be very powerful. It's going to help balance you and move you forward. Okay, so let's see what the chakra has to say. Listening. Listening, the throat chakra. You have Mercury retrograde coming in during this time. You have the sense of listening to the spirit world, to yourself, to your soul, to the way that you want to move forward. And so listening for you during this time is going to be absolutely important. And whenever I thought of the throat chakra before, I would always think of talking. It was the way you communicate, it's the way you spoke, everything like that. And I never thought of listening. But listening is a profound and beautiful art that we seem to have lost. A lot of this world has seemed to have lost the ability to simply be able to listen with honor and respect, even if the person has differing opinions than yourself. To be able to listen, it's going to be kind of your superpower, because it's going to connect you. In a world of disconnect, in a world of who can shout louder to get their point across, and who could be more kind of vicious, listening and respecting is going to be what sets you apart from the crowd. And Aries, you are such a powerful individual. You are so intense and focused and just this powerhouse of energy and determination. Your ability to be such a strong personality and still show that homage, show that respect to others, it's going to set a tone for the energy that's around you. And that's going to be really cool. And then we have creativity. Now, this is the sacral chakra. This is where a lot of negativity is held from this life and from past lives. So here you're letting your creativeness kind of come forth. You are embracing the creative energy that you need to transform, create, and cultivate the life that you want. You are also going to see that energy that has held you back, kind of that naysaying, doubting energy that made you think that you didn't have anything to truly offer. That is being released. And you're going to find that as you release this energy, and it can come from your DNA line, oh, we're just never that lucky, or we always have such a hard road, or it can come from past lives where you're sitting there and you're like, I don't know why I'm drawn this way, or, drawn to this energy, or have these problems, but it seems to always be occurring. And so these are things in this life that we need to face and need to move forward in. And once you start to kind of untangle those knots of energy that are within each and every one of us, you're going to find creativity is really a part of you, really a profound and beautiful part of you, moving you forward, creating, cultivating, and embracing what it is that you desire, what it is that you want, and what it is that you need from your life. And it's going to let this creativity flow within you, so you can have this energy of just vivaciousness, just being a part of you, which is completely fun and cool. Then we have visualization. This is the third eye chakra. And this is lifting, the veil from your third eye. This is seeing things so much more clearly, so much more openly, so much more honestly for yourself as you are moving forward. And the thing with the third eye chakra is that what you need to do in order to live the life that we want as individuals is that we need to be able to visualize. We need to be able to see it, because the first place we conquer anything is within our minds. You can want something, and sit there and say, oh, I really want this, and really feel like you do. But in your mind, if you're terrified of it, in your mind, if there's this huge kind of like, oh no, you don't want to walk down that road, you were burnt before type of mentality, then you're not going to be able to manifest it in your life the way that you want to, or at all. Visualization, working through those blockages, being able to have a conversation with yourself, kind of picture a ballroom, right? And a beautiful ballroom, everything set up, everybody in these grandeurs, like grand outfits, and the masks on. And confront your fears that are masked to you. Confront the anger that has held you back. Confront it. Just see it like the Phantom of the Opera, which is one of my favorite plays. See it as this beautiful coming together of hidden truths. And visualize where you want to be. But before you can visualize where you want to be, it's a confronting of what has been holding you back. And the difference between visualization and daydreaming is slight but also profound. Daydreaming, we cross our fingers. We go, oh, wouldn't it be nice? And it's our escape. But visualization is putting yourself in there and saying, this is what I'm doing. And seeing yourself living that life, living that truth. And it moving you forward in a way that you hadn't anticipated, you hadn't expected. But it first all starts within the mind. Now, the left-hand side here is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. And the right-hand side is the public arena, the public self. And we have our cards for Halloween. And we start off with the Queen of Cups. This is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Just the energy of the heart coming in. And then you have the Seven of Cups, visualization coming forward, a realization of dreams, a focusing really here on you, what you desire, what you need, what you want. You have the moon coming in, which is beautiful because we do have that beautiful blue moon during this time on Halloween. And this is Pisces energy coming forward, time frame February 19th to March 20th. But this is seeing the beauty within the moon, the hidden truths of things. And then we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy. April 20th to May 20th is the time frame. If you're born on the cusp with Taurus, this is going to be highly intense for you, a focusing, a centering, and a being able to call upon your power and walk upon your path. Now, if you have Taurus also in your chart, that's going to be something very powerful. And if you don't, that's completely fine. There is still this powerful energy that is leading you to walk your truth, to move away from the fears of shadows and darkness into this understanding that even, the silvery light of the moon can be the most beautiful. I think that's a Chinese proverb, or I'm paraphrasing. So here, it's knowing that that silvery light can still be beautiful and is moving you forward in a profound way. You're crowned by the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is change your mind, change your life. It is a mourning over what is lost and not seeing what is had. Because if you turn around, you see that you still have the Two of Cups with you. And that's the Minor Arcana Lover's card. That's love, honor, and joy. Here you have the Hermit, Virgo energy coming into play. This is a time frame of August 23rd to September 22nd, but there's a need for solitude, for peace, for a coming together with what you truly desire. And as you have this, you have the Five of Pentacles. Now, I love this because this is being led out of the cold. But for so long, you have been in the cold. It's almost like a pauper's mentality, a sense of being kind of barred from wealth. And now you're going to find that as you face fears and you look at what you desire from life, you move towards prosperity, towards bounty. And you have the Ace of Pentacles right here, being a student of that prosperity. Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And you have Taurus and Virgo right here. Then we have the Page of Wands. This is you. In the Minor Arcana, you are represented by the Wands, Aries. You are represented by the Emperor in the Major Arcana. And so here you are being a student of what you desire. You're looking at things differently. You're kind of taking in your surroundings more openly and more honestly. Then we have the Five of Swords. You have now 5 coming through 3 times. All right. So this is facing something karmic. Right. This is looking at things and being a student, having new eyes, coming to things kind of with the Buddhist saying of the beginner's mind. And as you come to things, or with the beginner's eyes, as you come to things with new eyes, with a sense of leaving behind old hurts, old pains, not thinking, oh, I know exactly how this is going to play out. You are finding that you're facing something karmic, and it has to do with you moving forward in your freedom and claiming your freedom of self and creativity and power and understanding. And it's also going to be resolved more quickly than you would have thought, but it doesn't mean that it has to be as quickly as you would like. And then we have the Chariot, which is Cancer energy, a time frame of June 21st to July 22nd. And this is moving forward in the passion of your heart, of your soul, of what you desire and what you love. And as you do so, the world opens to you. And you have this celebration, this beauty, this joy of understanding. And it's kind of like what was once blocked to you is no longer blocked. What was once, held away from you, or you thought, oh, I couldn't have this. No, now the world starts to open in a profound and really quite exquisite way. So let's see here the people who will aid you during this time. Who are the people who will aid Aries? October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aries. Who are the people who will aid Aries? October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. All right. Ooh, wow, you have 4. That's brilliant. So we're starting here with the moon. And you have the moon in your reading. Very beautiful, very positive Pisces energy moving you forward. Now, this does not have to mean that this person is a Pisces or that you have to know this person, okay? When Spirit is showing us and Divinity is showing us that we are being aided by this person or this energy, it is saying that this energy touches our lives somehow. There is a real facing of fears during this time for you, Aries. Now, you're the type of person, or yeah, Aries, you have this way of charging in at your fears. It doesn't always mean that you conquer them. It can mean that you go after them head on. It's like, I will not be held back. And they can still absolutely terrify you. Or, you know, you can sit there and go, oh my gosh, never again. And this is a looking at what has us afraid. And fear is a normal part of the human existence. It's what kept our ancestors alive. It's what keeps us alive now. You know, you get a gut feel about things. Things are a little bit scary. Maybe you don't go that way. And things can turn out better because of it. This is facing our fears. This is facing what is holding us back. Not what is keeping us safe, but what is holding us back from going after our dreams, from going after what we desire in our lives. And this is a person who points that out to us. It can be in a kind and loving way. It can also be kind of like a kick in the tush type of way where they're like, listen, you have to see. And this is again, realizing that fear is a part of every human being's life, but it doesn't get to rule your life. It doesn't get to take over and be the lead role. No, it is time to move forward from fear into triumph. And then we have Sagittarius energy. This is a person who's spiritually very connected. This is a person who has a way of connecting people. This is also a person who's very private, okay? They'll put the information out there, they'll put the energy out there, but they are not going to sit there and kind of hold hands along the way. So this is going to be a person who inspires, you know, but you have to run with that inspiration. You have to, you know, it can be a poem that you read. It can be something that you see on TV. It could be just the littlest thing, but it inspires. It has you looking at things differently. It has you looking at yourself differently and openly and honestly. And that's going to be very powerful. And that's going to lead you forward in a way that you hadn't expected and make you feel part of something greater. Then we have the Lord. Now this is, of course, Aries energy. And Aries, this is going to be a person who sings to you. They just, absolutely, their energy sings to your energy. You're both Aries, or you both have that emperor mentality to you. It's like that conqueror energy. They might not know that they're an Aries. It could be their Vedic astrology, they're an Aries, you know, or in their chart, and they don't know their chart. But there's this leadership to them. There's this determination to them. There's this stubborn drive. And that's really going to draw you to this person. You're going to have a lot more in common with them than you realize. And it's going to be, it doesn't have to be that your pasts were exactly the same, but your outlook, your desire for things is going to be very intense, very kind of, and you play off each other. It's kind of like where you would step back, okay, this person would step forward. So there's going to be the sense of, oh no, I don't need to step back. I can still claim this power, can't claim this brilliance, claim this truth. And then it moves you to the Prince of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And you have a lot of Earth sign energy within this reading. It's you slowly and steadily moving forward in your prosperity, in your bounty. And this is a person showing you how to. This isn't going to be a person who kind of pushes you forward and says, oh my gosh, you have to move so quickly. Though you might want to move more quickly than this Earth sign energy does. What it shows you is that you can be grounded. You know, you can plant those seeds. You can look at things and say, okay, I get it. I see it. And then slowly build off of the vision that you have. And it doesn't mean that everything has to be perfect right away, or even what other people would think of as perfect. It's right for you as you move forward. And it brings us to the Queen of Cups. Now, this can definitely be amplifying the Pisces energy within this time frame. All right, she is, I would assume, pregnant here. And so there are these possibilities. And she has this nice shell. She's pouring water into, or she's taking water from the ocean, or she's pouring it into the ocean. And there is the sense of a giving of more emotionally, creatively. This is where you're really going to be focusing. And if you can meditate upon your sacral chakra, that would be awesome for you to be able to move forward, to be able to have this creative energy build inside of you, because you're going to be able to facilitate something really quite profound. It doesn't mean that everybody else has to think it's profound. It can be, reading a children's book to, doing a little video, reading a children's book to your niece or your nephew and sending it out, or to, people and sending it out, that you do for charity or something like that, where you're sitting there and you're like, oh my gosh, I can do that. And it seems like a sweet idea. It's going to be something sweet. It's going to be something very kind of heartwarming, and it starts to open you to new ideas, new ways of doing things, new ways of looking at things. And as you see this, as this becomes a part of you, you see that you are moving forward in a blessing that you hadn't anticipated. There's a sweetness to this time for you. As funny as that sounds, in the middle of Mercury retrograde, with the blue moon coming, which is an intense energy, Shenwen, where the veil is thinnest between our worlds, there's a sweetness. But there is a sweetness to you. And there's a sweetness that is leading you forward, Aries, and a need to connect with that. A need to connect with what you love. And then it brings you almost very naturally to the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is dreams and wishes, is hopes and desires. It's seeing things, and it's seeing so much more than you had originally seen for yourself. And as you're looking at what you desire within your life, as you're looking at what you truly want, it's visualizing where it feels right for you to stand. And it's looking at the doubts. It's looking at the fears that we have that hold us back. And it's saying here, how do I make my dreams into a reality? It's like your dreams need a practical plan. And it's looking at what you need inside to take something that is sacred to you, because our dreams become sacred to us, especially when we've had them for so long. And the Seven of Cups are dreams that we've had for quite some time. And it's looking at how to bring them forth into the world, how to move you forward towards a greater implication, or, a greater desire of the soul, a greater desire of yourself. And so you're looking at this so much more openly, so much more honestly than you had before. And you're seeing where you want to stand and what you want to stand for. And it moves you to the moon. It moves you, and I love this, the cat's right here drinking and being this panther. It's like what people see of you is not truly what you are. And it doesn't mean that it does mean that people don't see the real you. It can be a very select few that actually see the real you. But there's something deeper, something more powerful, something more assertive and authoritative brewing inside of you. And it doesn't mean that by being assertive and authoritative that it is angry or mean or jealous or anything like that. It means that it's gorgeous. And it's taking the authority of Aries, okay? It's taking this power, okay? Because Aries is, of course, the god of war. And it's saying, yes, life is a battle. And I know that could be a rather nihilistic or fatalistic way of looking at things, but it's not. Life is a battle. It's not easy. If you want to get to where it is that you want to be, and what you dream for, it takes spunk, it takes fight, it takes looking at things differently, it takes, a belief in yourself where others will be more than happy to knock you down. And with the moon, it's looking at those fears, it's looking at those doubts, it's looking at the anger, and it's saying, okay, listen, I need to move forward for me. And so I take my fears, and I can use them as a barometer, most definitely. How am I moving forward? Am I doing the right thing? Am I ignoring myself too much? But there is also the sense of looking at what we truly want from life and saying, I'm not going to be held back from it. Because there's greatness inside of you. There's a panther inside of you, right? Where others see a house cat. And then it moves you to the Hierophant. The Hierophant is being centered in your truth, in your world of understanding. All right, the Hierophant in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is represented by the Pope. And the Pope, back in medieval times, was the King of Kings. He could tell kings what to do. So here with the Hierophant, you are looking at what you desire from your life. You're looking at your path, and you're telling the kings what to do. The kings of your passion, the kings of your intuition, the kings of your intellect, the kings of your hard work. And you're looking at yourself, and you're being honest and open, and you're following a path that is right for you as you claim this power, as you claim your truth. And here, oh my goodness, you don't have 3 5s. You have 4 5s. All right, so this is like a foundational understanding. This is a foundational freedom that you are embracing. And it moves you to the Five of Cups. Emotionally, you're looking at things and you're looking the wrong way. This is change your mind, change your life. There's a lot right now in the world to be sorrowful about. There's a lot right now that can just absolutely break your heart. But if you let your power be taken away, and if you let your voice be stolen by others, okay, then you've lost a beauty within your life, within yourself. And so this isn't looking at, the wine that goes into the ocean, it becomes so much more. Is the wine still there? Yes. It just becomes part of the sea. And so our dreams that have fallen and failed, or ourselves when we have fallen and failed, because we all do, as much as we would like to think that we don't, we do. It has become part of something greater. And I know that that can seem odd, but that is what Spirit is saying. It's become part of something that's greater. It can become part of your consciousness, part of your emotional strength, part of your complexity and your intensity. And that's usually what it does. It makes us. Have you ever been through a time in your life where everything just broke around you? You could be going through it right now. And you look at it, and it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you have or what you don't have. In that time, you're reduced to nothing. You're reduced to just this pain and this sorrow and this anger and this upset and this anguish. If you've been through that time, if you've come out of it, a part of you has gone into the sea. A part of you has become so much more a part of your emotional consciousness. If you're going through it now, you're feeling that. You're feeling a release of naive dreams. You're feeling a release of maybe just naivety. It's kind of like, sitting there and thinking, okay, everything will just work out. And then not realizing how much hard work goes into things working out. And how you have to think outside of the box sometimes just for things to start to kind of maybe go in your favor. Turn around. Start to think outside of the box. Start to say, okay, yeah, I've lost things. But you have the Two of Cups still standing, which means that you have the Minor Arcana Lover's card. Okay, you have hope and you have healing right with you. Balance of emotional truth and your emotional self. And it leads you to the Hermit. Emotionally, as you mourn, as you heal, you need to follow your path, okay? You need to look at things openly and honestly for you. And this is being quiet. This is saying to the world, you know what, shush. And I know right now with everything that goes on, you can sit there and be like, well, it's been nothing but a hermit time. True. A lot of times it has been. But it's also having that strength of self to turn off the chaos and to say, no, I can't. And it's time to focus on me. And this full moon, when the veil is thinnest, in this time when chaos abides, with Mercury retrograde, this focusing on you, being guided by your truth, being guided by your light, being guided by your emotional understanding and your grace is going to be so powerfully impactful. Because it's like, okay, I need to center on me, on what I desire, on what I want, on what is moving me forward, and where I stand and why I stand there. And it leads you. And I love this because you're being guided out of the storm. And the Five of Pentacles is the house of the safety that you're going to. As like the pauper mentality, the anger, the upset, the being denied. It's coming to an end. For some, it's over. For some of you, Aries, it's like, it's over. This is my life. I'm in control. And at times, we'll have our highs and lows, as we always do as individuals. But there's a power and there's a strength to you. For others, you're finding it. And that's brilliant. You're absolutely finding the path, the brilliance, and the truth that you are walking towards. And this is an end of a fatalistic, nihilistic way of looking at things where it's like, why does it even matter? I'll never get there anyway. It's always going to be such a hard road. There's always going to be heartbreak and pain. There's always going to be heartbreak and pain. That's part of what fear, kind of holds us up with. But there's hope. And there is a moving forward. There is a seeking and there is a finding. And there is a something greater here. And even if you feel all by yourself, and you simply have your angels and your spirit guides, having that spiritual connection, having that void be able to be filled within us to connect to something greater. That is so powerful. And you can start to have that conversation with divinity, with your spirit guides, with your angels. And it starts to lead you down a path you'd never expect. Because a spiritual truth is so much different than what our world demands of us. You know, the world says make as much money as humanly possible. Be as ruthless as you need to be in order to reach your success. You know, do this, do that, and you will have power and you will be happy because of it. And that's not true. Some people are truly happy, you know, when they're out of alignment with their souls and themselves. And there's a peace that's coming over you. There's an alignment that's coming in, and it's making you a student of your prosperity, a student of your bounty, a student of your wealth, a student of what you desire, of the seeds being planted, of the beauty being called in, of the prosperity being a part of you. This is earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, right? And you have that Virgo and that Capricorn, and that Taurus right here. That sense of, you know, the stubbornness, and that sense of turning in, the quiet stubbornness, that quiet determination, which Aries, when you go after something, you blaze with the fire of it. So this is kind of like cooling down those embers just a bit, cooling down that fire just a bit. And you're looking at the prosperity that you want, and you want to last. You want it to move you forward in bounty. You want to see things more openly, more honestly, to plant the seeds, to understand things more truthfully and more beautifully for you. And as you do this, right, and as you embrace this, you're going to be asking questions that you hadn't asked before. You're going to be looking at the way things connect in a way that you hadn't seen them connect before. And this is then going to lead you to being a student of you, to being a student of your passion, of your fire, of the reason you get out of bed in the morning, of what you want from life, of the way that you're moving forward. This mindset, this sense of, you know, determined wonderment comes forward. And you start to look at things so differently. And this is in the public arena. So your heart here is planting the seeds, is looking at things so much more honestly and openly, and wants things for this world. So our hearts sometimes get very caught up in the spiritual, which, I mean, change your mind, change your life is going to be a very spiritual thing for you. But here, it is all earth sign energy. So it's all about the seeds being planted, the soil being tilled, the way that you're moving forward, the hopes and the desires. And it leads you to your magic. It leads you to a seeing, a respecting, and an understanding the God's head within you. That's how I see our magic. You know, Brahma said in Hinduism, I will hide the God's head within man, because that is the one place he will never look for it. And that's something that's so true. It's said in the Bibles, and I forget where exactly it is, but it's like our power is hidden from us. And we see it time and time again. And it's time to look within. It's time to see that power. And you're becoming a student of it. You're becoming the student of your power, of your passion, of what you desire, of where you want to be as you move forward. Now, with this Pisces energy, Spirit just said, some of you are born on the cusp with Pisces. So there can be a very strong connection to this emotional tie that's coming in to you moving forward. But there's also that sense here of utilizing everything, of utilizing the heart, of utilizing the determination, the mind, and really looking at things openly and honestly for yourself, for that passionate power, for that brilliant truth that leads you to a greater sense of where it is that you want to be. Now, as you have this come in, and I laugh because it's kind of like, okay, Spirit's saying, as you have this come in, you're standing in your truth, you're being a student, your eyes are open, you are letting in such power. And you're kind of hit right between the eyes because you have this karmic debt coming up, or this cycle debt, you know, this DNA debt coming in, and you're knocked off your feet. You're looking at things and it's like, oh my gosh, like that witch right there with her head in her hands. It's like, oh my gosh, what just happened? You know, what is going on here? Why do I have to face this trial, this tribulation, this anger, this upset, this upheaval again? How do I move forward? Where is it that I'm supposed to be? And this is something that you faced before, right? This is something that you sit there and go, oh my gosh, it reminds me of. And it can be years upon years ago. You can find yourself facing a person so familiar from somebody in your past that you could call them by that name, and it would make perfect sense. You'd be like, oh wow, yeah, totally. Here, there is this sense of hurt, of pain, of disappointment coming forward, of things that are happening that you'd rather just run away from. Because whenever we're faced with a karmic debt, whenever we're faced with something that brings us upheaval, we'd rather run away from it. We just rather would. And here, it's a facing it. And it can be that things, you don't see the change of the way you handle it profoundly. Or you might not be able to handle it right now. But there's this sense of standing up for you that's going to be so powerful. That's going to be so brilliant. It's not losing your temper, okay? That's going to be, some Spirit is saying that, because for some, it's going to make you angry, and you're going to just, lose your temper at it. It's not losing your temper. It's keeping your cool. It's seeing what it is that you want, and it's having a plan. It's having a plan, and it's saying, no, I'm not being stuck in this cycle anymore. I'm not here to be on a hamster wheel, spinning and spinning and spinning and getting nowhere. It leads you to the Chariot, this way, that way. The road's opening up. It's time to move forward with your heart. You don't want to, okay, because it's scary. But it's time to move forward with your heart and say, emotionally, where is it that I want to be? Emotionally, what is it that I desire? Because in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Chariot is represented by a charioteer, and those were the tanks of the ancient worlds. Those were the powerhouse. And so here you have a motorcycle. You have a freedom of movement, okay? But you also have this powerhouse in the history of it that is moving you forward. It's saying, where do you want to be? Which way do you want to go? How do you want to handle this? And there's a fierceness in your heart, in your soul, in yourself. No one during this time can tell you how to love or why to love. And as you make this decision, okay, as you're looking at things and you look at the way the world is opening to you, and you think, oh my gosh, I'll make a terrible mistake if I go the wrong way, Spirit is saying, no, you won't. No, you won't. It might take you a little bit longer to kind of change things up or take the other road or, find the path again. But you will not be making a mistake. And then the world opens. And this is a fear that you're going to mess things up. There's something that comes in the public arena, okay, in the public world, where you think, oh my gosh, I'm just going to, it's going wrong. It's going wrong. Things go topsy-turvy. You're not sure what to do. And then you have here at your rooted self the world. The world is opening up to you. What was once barred from becomes opened. What you once thought could never happen, or you could never be there, it could never go this way. You had too much against you. You were, this or that. The cards were stacked against you, right? You're going to find that that's not true. That yes, it might be hard. And yes, it might be a terribly intense road. But the world is opening to you in a way that you hadn't expected, because you're opening to the world in a way that you had only dreamed of. You had only dreamed of it. And there's a power and there's a brilliance to you now, because you have this power to you. You have this sense of dreams coming true and life moving forward in a way that you hadn't anticipated, all right? Or in a way that you crossed your fingers for and just thought, okay, it'll just happen. If I sit back, it'll just happen. And it never does. It never does. Or it very rarely does. There we go. We don't want to speak negativity over things, but it very rarely does happen if you just sit back. It's something we fight for. And it's something your warrior spirit is very attuned to. So let's go deeper. Aries, October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aries. October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aries. October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh, okay. And show me clearly angels, and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. And let's see the people you need to be mindful of during this time. Aries. Who are the people Aries needs to be mindful of? October 16th to 31st, 2020, Aries. Who are the people Aries needs to be mindful of? October 16th to the 31st, 2020, Aries. Who are the people Aries needs to be mindful of? October 16th to the 31st, 2020, Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Awesome. So we have the Princess of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is going to be a person, because they are a fire sign energy, that you really get. You really get this person. But they are such drama, okay? They are such a little princess. That's what Spirit is saying, and I think it's rather funny. And it's like, they're too fiery. They have too much of a temper on them. And that's going to be something that you really need to be mindful of during this time, because things can go a little bit haywire, okay, with Mercury retrograde and with everything that's going on, and with, again, the veil being thin between the spirit world and the earthly world during Shenwen. You're going to want to be very mindful of letting kind of your temper get the best of you, because there's such power around you and such power that you are connecting with that you can blow up in a magnificent way. Okay, or you can get mad and get into a fight in a magnificent way. This is going to be a person that you just don't want to be a part of their drama. You know, you really don't. You're like, okay, listen, I need to look at me, at what I desire from life, and I can't be pulled down into this path, into this craziness. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles. This is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Now you have a very good connection with Earth sign energy, but this person you're just not going to vibe with. All right? They have connections to things, they see things, and it's just not going to be right for you. You're going to want to make it right for you. You really are. You're going to want to sit there and say, oh, well, you know, maybe if I tweak it this way, I do it that way, everything will be okay. It's just not going to work. I don't see these people as being bad, you know, right now at all. I just see them as just like the Queen of Pentacles, just not right for you. Just not right. There's an energy that they're giving off right now during this time, and you could be really close to this person, all right? And they could be really great, but right now you guys are just going to have to kind of like agree to disagree, because you're not going to vibe on certain things. The Princess of Wands, trauma and drama just all the time, and that's not going to be something that you need. And then you have here a negative Taurus energy, whereas you have a positive Taurus energy in the main part of the reading. So this is a person who's just going to be bullheaded, stubborn, sees it their way, can be a little bit mean, because they do know Taurians are very sensitive people, even though we don't often think of them as such. And so they take in and they listen and they kind of take things in. And then when they strike, when they get mad, or when they're having an off day or having an off time, it could be absolutely vicious. So just be mindful of that. Because you have one Taurian in your life that's like, is really great. And this person is just going to be, they're just going to see things their way. And it's like, that's it. That's the only way it could possibly be. And you're like, why? So as we go deeper, we have the Queen of Cups, right? And the Seven of Cups. And then we have the Tower. So there has been something that has fallen apart around what you love, what you desire, the dreams that you have. And it can just be that you're taking a circuitous route, you know, there's this big kind of circle way of going about it. This is the wild hunt. And I think that's really quite beautiful, it says right here. And I'll get to that in a moment. But there is a sense of what you love. It has been such a battle, and you've been thrown out of your comfort zone. So that is really quite intense. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles over the Pisces energy. This is slowly and steadily moving forward in your prosperity as you face the fears. And then you have the harvest, which is, goodness, which one is this? Judgment. There we go. I was like, oh my goodness, just flew right out of my head. As you embrace the Hierophant, as you embrace your truth, your prosperity, yourself, you have the sense of things coming together. You have the sense of the harvest coming forward, of you being truly blessed. And then we have here, as you change your mind and change your life, and as you move down the path that is right for you, and you embrace this kind of solitude, you have the Four of Pentacles. You have the Four of Pentacles, for me, is vampiric energy coming in, kind of like a warding off. It's a need to ward off, this energy that drains you. And it's kind of like, as you're setting up your prosperity, there is a person that kind of wants to see why, wants to kind of take it away. And that's just not right. And that's going to be something that you're kind of, because you feel at the outside of wealth at times emotionally, like it's been such a hard road that you're going to think, oh, well, okay, fine, this can just be taken. Or I always feel drained around this, around this energy, around this idea, around this, way forward. Today wouldn't be any different. And it's really looking at your prosperity, of what you need to be prosperous, and a purging of vampiric energy. And then as you start to claim prosperity, you then have the Lord and the Lady. This is Gemini energy. This is the Lover's card in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And this is a sense of beauty coming in. This is a time frame of May 21st to June 20th. This is beauty. This is love. This is power. And it moves you as, oh, this isn't, oh my gosh, I said this was the Page of Pentacles. This is the Ace of Pentacles. This is a prosperity being claimed. Okay, this is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, coming in and letting you see, seeds to be planted, ways to move forward. And I don't have you taking this gift quite yet. No, and we'll see if you do in your subconscious. But right now it's permeating everything. And it's leading you to be a student of your prosperity. It's leading you to look at things more differently and more openly. And it leads you to the moon. It leads you to the sense of needing to face fears, of having the silvery light guide you, and that's going to be, oh my gosh, that's going to be exactly what it is. It's like you saw things one way, okay? And then as you go deeper, you're going to realize, oh my gosh, I saw it wrong. Oh my gosh, that wasn't what it was. And there's such a clarification that comes. So that's really beautiful. And then we have the Ace of Cups, God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of love as you move forward and also as you face this karmic debt. And it leads you to the Nine of Chalices as you're moving along with the Chariot. Okay, it's seeing things clearly, and it's also having a little bit of a glimpse into the future. Okay, into what is right for your heart, your soul, yourself, and it moves you to the world opening. And as the world opens, you have here justice coming in. You have here a balancing of the scales. So we start off with the Tower, and the Tower is divinity saying, you know what, you have to be pushed out of your comfort zone. It's a change whether you're ready for it or not. And it's a power, and it's a brilliance, and it's a truth that's coming your way. So here with the Tower, you have, and this is called the Wild Hunt, you have the Wild Hunt coming in, which just kind of pulls you into it, all right? Whether you wanted to be a part of it or whether you didn't. And that's what you're going to feel like with the change that comes in. That's really helping you see what you love, what you're nourishing, what you desire from your life, the creative way that you want to move forward. There has been a time in your life where, and you can be going through it right now, where things have just fallen apart, or where, you're looking at it and you're like, how the heck did I get here? I mean, I know I've had many, many moments like that where it's like, how the heck did I get here? What the heck is this? And so here it's looking at the change that divinity has brought forward. And when I look at the Tower, right now, what is going through my head is Humpty Dumpty. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. But they never ever say that Humpty Dumpty was an egg, which I think is awesome. But that's how we try to put together our life. Okay, we try to do it through force, through power, and that'll make things right. but it can't put things right. It can't put our lives back together again. It's through kindness, it's through compassion, it's through respect of our souls and ourselves that we start to see things move forward. It's a seeing of the truth of dreams, and it's knowing that they're never lost. They just reconfigure, and it's moving you slowly, steadily forward in prosperity as you face fears, but also as you see things in a different light. And it brings a harvest, it brings a blessing from your angels, your spirit guides, from divinity. It's full bounty that comes forward as you claim your truth and yourself. And it leads you then, as you have this energy coming forward, it leads you to a seeing the vampiric energy that is around, what drains you, what knocks you off your path, what makes you doubt the way that you can move forward, the place that you want to be. And it's saying no more. No more. No more am I going to focus on the lack instead of the blessings. No more am I going to ignore my own voice because people are draining away my energy. Right? I would really sit in meditation, right? And I would visualize myself surrounded by the golden light of spirit. And then cut that light through with this beautiful sword that you hold with your angels. Your angels' hands are over yours. And you cut through the light. And then there's nothing. There's this quiet. And you embrace the quiet as the brilliance that it is. And then the light comes back, but this time without the impurities. All right? I would also highly recommend singing with a singing bowl, like just sitting there and letting your heart be open as you let the bowl sing. It could take a little while to get in tune with your bowl. That's totally cool. It takes time, it takes patience, but you are raising your energy vibration. And then as you raise your energy vibration, you're going to find that the negative energy that is around you, they don't want it. They don't want it. They want something easy. They want something that doesn't make them feel uncomfortable. They want to feel better on themselves. And so they don't want your higher vibrational, powerful you. And so they might try to knock you off your game. They might try to, bring you down a couple of pegs, make you feel bad about yourself. Keep moving forward towards what you love because you have the Lord and the Lady here. And it's like, move forward towards what you love. Move forward towards what you desire. There's a duality to your spirit. There is a complexity to your soul. Embrace it. Embrace it because it is absolutely a part of you. And there is a love and a brilliance here that as you move forward, you see, you understand. There's a deeper sense of meaning. There's the beauty of the silvery light of the moon. There's a brilliance to the deeper understanding of soul and of self as you move forward, as you see what it is that you want, and as these gifts from divinity are handed to you. And this gift is permeating every single thing that you do. It's having you look at things differently. I don't have you taking it, and we'll see if you do in your subconscious, but it's looking at things so differently, so powerfully, so much more profoundly than you have before. And it's God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of healing, beautiful love, which is permeating, again, everything that you are going through, but you're not fully taking it yet, okay? And we will again see what your subconscious if you do. But there's a sense here of cleansing. There's a sense here of emotions running high, but also of a release of negativity that has held you back, okay? The hurt that has scarred the heart. And you can find that it's very easy to cry during this time. It can be very easy to cry, very easy to be pulled in by emotions. You have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is a little bit of the wish card coming in. But the Nine of Cups here, you have her looking into the crystal ball. And it's her as an older woman. And so here, it's a bit of the future being shown to you. A bit of the way that you want to move forward. There's a blessing, there's a brilliance. It's going to be easier for other people to see this than it is for you. And you're going to look at this and you're going to see, okay, there's something more to me, right? But you're not going to see what other people see. There's a need to focus on you, on what you desire, on what you love, on what you want, because people are going to come and be very drawn to the energy of this Nine of Cups energy that is around you. And if you don't embrace it, if you don't see it within yourself, you can be astoundingly drained. But it also helps you move forward in the decisions that you're making, in the love that you have. So here with the Nine of Cups and the Chariot, it's like, what do you love? What do you want? What will be important to you 5, 10, 15 years down the road? And then we have justice, the standing stones. Justice coming in. A sense of balance coming as the world opens. And it doesn't mean everything's going to be just and nothing's going to be cruel or mean. It means that there is a balance coming forward. Don't get caught up in petty justices. Like, oh my gosh, everything has to be right down the middle, 50-50 fair. It's like, no. Look at what's right for your heart, your soul, and yourself. Look at that fairness. Look at that beauty. Look at that truth. Move forward in that balance. Let's see what your spirit animals have to say. Aries, October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aries. October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aries. October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, okay. These three. We have the koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. Spirit has a plan for you. And I just see the koala spirit as like spirit wrapping his arms around you, saying, I'm here for you. I'm here for you and I'm not letting go. Spirit has a plan. That's beautiful. And then we have the lizard spirit, dream the world into being. It is time to make the Seven of Cups a reality. It's time to make dreams a reality. To have that faith within yourself to say, this is me. This is the life that I want. This is the beauty that I want. This is the truth that I have. And it brings you to the grasshopper spirit. Take that leap of faith, because it is a leap of faith. It is a leap of faith for yourself to move forward. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the hummingbird spirit. Be here now. Not in the past, not in the future. Be in the present now and embrace that present truth. And cherish it as the gift that it is. Your subconscious person message is the King of Pentacles. You have strong, strong, strong pentacle energy around you. This is being firm and prosperous, planting seeds, looking at things, seeing connections that others don't, and moving forward in that truth, in that grounded, rooted truth. Your subconscious chakra message is determination. Solar plexus chakra. You are determined. And it might feel like you're swimming upstream. You know, you're that salmon, you're swimming upstream. It is intense, it is hard, it is overwhelming, but you're getting there. And it can be that you're swimming against the emotional current of everybody else. Right? And emotions can run high and it can be so intense. But swim towards your truth. Don't give up your fight. Okay? Because this is where you need to be. Your subconscious tarot message is the Page of Swords. This is air sign energy. This is cutting through doubts and fears. This is looking at what you desire, at what you want, and being a student of your mind. Subconsciously, you are taking things in. You are learning, you are gaining an understanding, you are seeing things differently, you're not being held back. And then your subconscious, deeper, as we go deeper into the tarot, is the Three of Athames, the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is heartbreak, pain, and disappointment. So it's being a student of your mind and of your heart and of what you desire. After subconsciously, and consciously, you know that the hurt is there. But subconsciously, you're facing it so much more deeply, so much more intensely than you had realized. And now you are looking at it again and saying, no, I will not be held back. And I will not keep this hurt and pain on the shelf, to have it come out whenever, it wants to wound me again. I'm looking at it. I am taking away the sharpness of its cuts. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we move forward, embracing the change that divinity has brought us to bring us to the place of our dreams. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries.